everyone. Happy 2024. My name is Elle. I'm a cross-stitch artist and designer here on TikTok, but sometimes I also talk about books. So let's talk about all the books that I read in 2023. My reading goal last year was 50 books. I definitely went above and beyond that. I read 69 books in 2023, so I'm just gonna list them and you're gonna deal. So first up, I read The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. I misplaced my copy of that, so we're going to move on. And of Windy Poplars by L.M. Montgomery. I read, that was a library book. The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton, Leigh Stewart. The Time Travelers by Linda Buckley-Archer. The Mysterious Benedict Society and the Perilous Journey by Trenton, Leigh Stewart. Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, which I have somewhere here, actually. I forgot to grab that one down. Anyway, The Essential Guide to Raising Complex Kids by Elaine Taylor-Klaus. Legends and Lattes, I have this one, by Travis Baldree. Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison, Cochrun. We're Not Broken by Eric Garcia. Walk on Earth a Stranger by Ray Carson. The Name Bearer by Natalia Hernandez. She is here on TikTok. She is amazing. Go follow her. Rune and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. Like a River Glorious by Ray Carson. Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohn. Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. The Mysterious Benedict Society and the Prisoner's Dilemma by Trenton, Leigh Stewart. The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. The Book Wanderers by Anna James. This is also sometimes called Pages & Co. And this is also sometimes called Tilly and the Book Wanderers. So if you're looking for this one, I highly recommend it. But it comes under a couple different names for some reason. I lost my place. The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. The Mysterious Benedict Society and the Riddle of Ages by Trenton, Leigh Stewart. The Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow by Zolfa Katow. The Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan. The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I lost my place again. Element OP by Mark Dunn. Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Green Glass House by Kate Milford. Andrew and Santi Were Here by Johnny Garza Villa. Love Charade by Ally McDermott. Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. Where are we? I keep forgetting my place. The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman. Hell's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne-Jones. The Young Elites by Mary Lou. Ghosts of Green Glass House by Kate Milford. From the Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Frankweiler by E.L. Konigsberg. A Homemade Life by Molly Weisenberg. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, which somebody is getting me for my birthday and won't let me have the copy now so I can show you, but it's so pretty and I'm so excited. Wendy Darling by A.C. Weiss. Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. The Victory Garden by Rhys Bowen. Bindlepunk Bruja by Desideria Mesa. The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed. The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. We Deserve Monuments by Jazz Hammonds. Asiri and the Amaru by Natalia Hernandez. Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Bowley. The Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett. This is the first book that I ever read by Terry Pratchett, so there you go. I will be reading more. Voices from Chernobyl by Svetlana Alexievich. Zodiac by Romina Russell. Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. Garlic and the Vampire by Brie Paulson. Unmasking Autism by Devin Price. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. XOXO by Axio. Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail by Ashley Herring Blake. Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. We're almost done. Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. Anne's House of Dreams by L.M. Montgomery. And finally, The Queer Principles of Kit Webb by Cat Sebastian. 69 books. My reading goal for 2024 is also going to be 50 books. I'm probably going to come close to that, beat it. I should do pretty good with that. 69 was pretty doable for me this year. I read every day, at least a few pages. My goal is to read at least one page a day, like bare minimum 1 page a day. If you're looking at this number of books and thinking, wow, I can never read that many books, that's okay. A few years ago, I think I read like 2 books the entire year, maybe. And then I started small. The first year I tried to get back into reading, I set my goal as 12 books for the year. And then when I read like 20 books that year, I was like, oh, maybe I can read, 26 books a year, 1 book every 2 weeks. And I think that year I read like 40 something books. And so this past year I was like, well, if I can do 40 something, maybe I can hit 50. And so this year I set a goal of 50 and I reached 69. But if I had started with my goal as 50 right out the gate, I never would have been able to get here. I had to start slow, start with a smaller goal that I knew I could accomplish, and then work my way up from there. So I'm not going to set my goal any higher. I think it would be too stressful for me to set a goal of like 75 or 100 books or something like that. I think it would probably be a little bit too much pressure for me. So I think 50 is a good goal for me personally, but everybody's different. And a lot of these books that I'm reading, some of them are definitely shorter. So if you struggle and you want to hit your reading goals, look for shorter books. This year I did read a lot of kids lit. I read a lot of fantasy. I read a lot of romance, particularly sapphic romance. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more. Anyway, happy 2024, and I hope you hit all of your reading goals.